Something has shifted in the world of photography in 2026. Bookings feel harder than they used to. Clients who used to say yes without hesitation are suddenly quiet. You're working just as hard, maybe harder, but you're not seeing the money showing up in your bank account. Here's what I want you to know. You're not imagining it. Something has shifted, and unfortunately, most photographers are not catching up fast enough. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Sarah Petty, founder of the Photography Business Institute. I've spent 28 years running my own boutique portrait studio, and I've helped thousands of photographers build profitable family-first businesses. I've watched this industry go through a lot of changes, and what's happening right now is significant. Listen, I'm giving you the truth about making money as a photographer in 2026, what's changed, what the real threats are, what the math actually looks like, and what to do about all of it. The biggest shift is this: the middle market has quietly disappeared. There were families who used to book you every Easter, every fall, every holiday session, maybe not wealthy, just comfortable enough to spend $200 here and there on portraits. They were reliable. For a lot of photographers, they were the backbone of the whole business, but they're gone. The economy has squeezed that segment of families hard. When they cut back, portraits go first. Some are doing it themselves with their phones. Some are finding whomever is the cheapest, and some are skipping it altogether this year. The second thing that's changed is attention. Your clients are more scattered and overwhelmed than they've ever been. More content, more noise, more options competing for every minute of their day, which means they need more guidance from you, not less. They need someone to take things off their plate, not hand them a gallery link and wish them luck. And the third shift is this: the clients who are still investing in portraits have moved up. They're investing more with fewer photographers who feel premium and worth it. The middle is gone. The bottom is a race you don't want to win. So the only direction that makes sense right now is up. Now that you understand where the market has moved, let's talk about three things everyone brings up: AI, phone cameras, and market saturation. Because not all of these things are equal threats, and getting this wrong will send you in the wrong direction. Phone cameras, overblown. Yes, they're better than they've ever been, but here's what's actually happening. People are not printing from their phones. The average person has thousands of images sitting in a camera roll they scroll past and never look at again. They have no idea how to turn a phone photo into something spectacular on a wall. They don't know what size to order, how to frame it, or where to hang it. The phone camera hasn't created competition for you, my friend. It's created a massive backlog of unprinted memories your clients feel guilty about. That is your opportunity, my friend. Let's talk about saturation in the market of so many photographers, also more overblown than people think. Every city feels crowded at the bottom. When you move up and you position yourself as a boutique portrait artist with specific guided experiences, you stop competing with everyone who just bought a camera last month. The crowded part of the market is the cheap part. Get out of it. And now, this third one, I want you to pay attention to, but not in the way you think. AI is not going to replace portrait photographers. Nobody is going to hang an AI image of their family snuggling their newborn baby when they weren't even there for the snuggle. The shared moment is what makes the portrait matter. AI cannot manufacture a memory or an experience that didn't exist. But here's where AI is the real threat. It has flooded the internet with a lot of content, with advice, with noise. It's harder than ever for photographers to know who to trust or what to even try. The shiny object problem is worse than it's ever been. And photographers, I think, are getting pulled in 1,000 different directions by things that sound good but lead to nowhere. So listen, the threats are real, but they're not the ones most photographers think they are. Which brings us to the bigger issue, the business model itself. Let's talk about the shoot more to earn more model directly, because a lot of photographers are still running it or considering it, and I want to give you an honest answer. For a small number of photographers, the ones who are exceptionally efficient, who built bulletproof systems, who genuinely love high volume work, it can still work. But that's school photography, sports leagues, large scale events. If you've built that intentionally and it's working, go for it. I'm not here to knock that down. But for the portrait photographer who's trying to build that model in 2026, the math doesn't add up. And the life it requires is one that most photographers don't actually want when they see it up close. Think about what it actually looks like. You're charging $150, maybe $200 a session, and you're an hour to two at the session, 3, 4, 5 hours of editing, and that's not even minimum wage for your time. And everyone with the camera is doing the same thing, just cheaper. You've got zero differentiation, and clients will leave you for someone $50 cheaper without a second thought. To make real money with this model, you have to do massive volume. And massive volume means zero flexibility, zero creativity, and zero time. I've had photographers come to me after years of doing this, and they're completely burned out. They're exhausted from hauling equipment all day. They're on their feet. Their body hurts. They've been grinding from one session to the next with no real relationship being built and a real ceiling on how much they can earn. Because when there's no emotional connection, there's always someone willing to do it cheaper. So you're maxed out. If you've got a family, if family first is actually your value and not just something you say but don't mean, that model will cost you the thing you started this business to protect. By the way, if you're finding this helpful, make sure to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter where I share even more strategies like these. The link is in the description below. This digital file is dying faster than ever in 2026, and I want us to look at the alternative. This is what I teach. It's called the boutique business model, and it works completely differently. Instead of grinding through volume sessions, you work with fewer clients who invest more, and you guide them through an experience that turns portrait sessions into wall art they keep for generations. You're not handing over a gallery link to a website and hoping for the best. You're sitting with families. You're helping them choose artwork for their walls and delivering something that will hang in their home for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Here's what the math looks like. To hit 6 figures on a volume model at just $400 per session, you need 250 clients. Kill me now. That's roughly 5 clients every single week, all year long with no time off. And then you have hours of editing and retouching for every single one of them. When you get to the real number of what you actually take home after gear, software, insurance, marketing, your own time, taxes, you realize you're probably not even paying yourself a living wage. Now, the boutique model. When I created this model, my first Right Fit client who came in and invested $1,800, her name was Julie. So in my community, when I teach my students my model, we celebrate when they get $1,000 or more order. We call it a Julie. So that Julie could invest in wall portraits or an album or framed artwork, not digital files. That changes everything about the math. At a $2,000 average order, you only need 50 clients to hit 100K. That's 1 client per week. At a $4,000 average, which is not uncommon when you serve people, you need 25 clients. That's 1 every other week. Same income goal at a fraction of the sessions. And here's what most photographers don't realize until they've done it. Because you're planning with each client up front, and then you're only retouching what they actually order, you're spending way less time overall, not more. The volume model has you editing everything. The boutique model has you creating and retouching only what matters. Think about what that calendar looks like. Over here in boutique, it's a consultation. It's a session. It's an in-person ordering appointment with the client. 3 meaningful touch points with a family spread over a few weeks. You're not grinding. You're serving. Your weekends are pretty much yours. Your kids' events, you can be there. Volume photographers carry a constant anxiety about bookings. They need a full calendar all the time just to keep the math working. One slow month and everything wobbles. Boutique photographers with 50 solid clients a year have margin. They have breathing room. They have relationships to go get more clients whenever they need them. A slow week doesn't become a crisis. Here's a number that's always stayed with me. A really talented photographer with no system can grind and make $15,000, $17,000, $20,000 a year. An average photographer with the right system can make $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 in the same market, same clients, completely different process. And math doesn't lie, my friend. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I want to tell you a story about Audrey. Audrey is a longtime photographer. She started with weddings in Chicago and built a successful business. Then she moved into corporate photography to get more steady income, but she quickly realized that model wasn't serving her family. When she moved to Las Vegas, she decided to start her portrait business over from scratch. New city, no client base, and she started the way most photographers start, shoot and burn, averaging $300 a session. And she knew something had to change, so she made the shift to the boutique model. During her first program cycle alone, get this, she went from $300 average orders to $1,800 average orders. During this 8 weeks, she landed 10 Julies, which are clients who invested $1,000 or more, while still learning this system in a city where nobody knew her name when she started. But here's the part of Audrey's story I want you to sit with. It wasn't her talent that changed. It wasn't her market. It wasn't her gear. What changed was the way she approached her business. She stopped giving all the files away for one price and started guiding an experience. She stopped hoping clients would order something and started sitting with them, helping them make decisions and completely serving them at a totally different level. That's what the shift actually does. It doesn't just change your income, it changes how you see yourself and how clients see you. If you've been doing this for 5 or more years and you're starting to wonder if photography can even still be a career, a real career, I want to answer that directly. Because yes, it absolutely can, but not every version of it. This digital file version is built on volume, low prices, digital file galleries, working with clients who don't value photography and hoping that they're going to order something. That version is getting harder every year, and it's going to keep getting harder. Look, you've put years into this. Don't give up on the career. Give up on the model that isn't working and build one that will. And listen, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you want help making that shift like Audrey got, book a call with my team. It's free. The link is in the description, and we would love to be in your corner because this is where it gets really fun.